We're back for some Ariana Grande. I picked out a few clips that I'm gonna react to, some recent-ish clips from about 10 months ago. I wanna get an idea of what her communication skills are like, and if there's anything we can learn from her. If you're new to my channel, my name is Max, hi. I react to all different types of people's interviews, conversations, and presentations, and I give you my thoughts. Please just do me that favor, hit that subscribe button. It means a lot. I appreciate all your support. As always, if you want to see any uncut footage, any bonus footage, you can check out my Patreon link below. So the first clip I'm going to react to is called Ariana Grande on her hair.
It's so wild to me. From the red velvet red to the ponytails, you have somewhat publicly been defined by your hair.
And I've heard some people say that Zach Sang, the guy who's interviewing her right now, and Ariana are pretty good friends.
Then what do you do when you're an actress on a television show who's trying to also pursue a music career simultaneously because you're insane and can't wait? You dye your hair back and forth every weekend. I would dye it back and be up all night bleaching my hair to go back to work on Monday. And then by the time we did Sam and Cat, we had wigs and it was easier, but
definitely does seem very, very aware of what the media or what people say about her comments or her music or whatever it is.
Everyone thinks I hate that record. I do not.
And I feel like that probably happens to a lot of really big superstars is they start getting into these interviews and conversations where they're almost anticipating more hate and more comments. Usually when you feel like people might come at you, as a result, what happens is you put on this sort of protectiveness, and when you're delivering your answers, you can come across as a little more serious, as a way, as a defense mechanism to protect yourself. And I sort of sense that with her.
Bleaching my hair to go back to work on Monday. And then by the time we did Sam and Cat, we had wigs and it was easier, but...
And before people jump all over me, I don't mean this in a negative way. I couldn't imagine how much criticism they face and how much backlash they face. That said, I'm looking at her communication style, and what I'm seeing, it doesn't seem like she's at ease or ready to let people in. That's what I'm sensing.
Such an intimate thing is to be just like curly shower head. And yeah, and my boyfriend loves it. And he's like, girlies, yay. So it's like a very intimate thing. And I think that's kind of what that is about in a way, because
it seemed like a genuine laugh. That was a nice little moment.
Costume piece. Does that make sense?
Totally. Yes.
Any sense? Am I making any sense?
You are making a ton of sense.
All right, chill, Zach, chill.
It's hard because it's like, it's me, but it's like, okay, there's another me. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, there's a curly showerhead me that looks exactly like my baby videos, you know?
Would you ever start wearing your hair naturally, like the curls?
These guys are being exceptionally nice to her, and it seems that because they're coming across as like extremely non-judgmental and extremely on her side, she seems to be loosening up as this little clip is going on.
Created this persona and this thing and this, you know, I think, I don't know if I love it for work. Does that make sense? The things that you see are separate, and it isn't your reality. And it's like there is this time where you do get to take the character off. Does that make sense?
I sense that, like with her, after she finishes answering some of her questions, she's like, do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? Like she's looking for sort of that validation from the interviewers here.
Does that make sense?
Totally. Yes.
Any sense? Am I making any sense?
You are making a ton of sense.
Love it for work. Does that make sense? Character off. Does that make sense?
Totally.
I think it's coming from a place of her uncertainty where she's not even fully sure and confident in what she's saying, or maybe this is just really the first time she's articulated it. So I think she probably does have a hard time being herself, probably based on all the experience she's had with the media. But we're gonna go to another clip called Ariana Grande on 34 plus 35.
I did the math on this, and I do believe it.
Did you use a calculator, Zach?
Yes, I ran out of fingers and toes.
I like what Ariana did there, and that's a sign of them being comfortable with each other and having a prior relationship.
Do you use a calculator, Zach?
Just saying his name kind of puts them on the same level. It makes them feel like they're friends and more on the same level. So that was a nice thing to see from her as a communicator, just sort of making it feel more personal that way.
I was like, what comes after? I think I'm crazy. Way I've been crazy. If I put it quite plain. And Scott was like, just give me them babies.
She's just one of those people who's a natural, effortless star. From her voice to her performing abilities, you could just see it right in that little example she just had there.
That's with, I've been working with Victoria and Taylor since the first album. Like, it's not even, and it's so much more than that. Like, these are two women that mean so much to me. So
she seems to be very sincere and grateful for her friendships.
The rest of the album, it's very loving, it's very honest, it's very much a reflection of parts of my life. But also, it's just a fun song, and it deserves a home on the album for sure, and that deserves to be written about for sure.
Although this is over Zoom, she seems to be making sure that she's looking at both Zach and the other guy who's interviewing her, and it's not like when she's answering her questions, she's off in space, not engaged with the people that she's having a conversation with. So if you out there are doing Zoom presentations or meeting with people online, we can take a note from Ariana.
Just the state of the world right now is not safe. It's not a safe time for people to be traveling and going to shows and being around. It's not realistic. I don't know why people are like pretending that their tours are going to happen right now. They're like delaying to the summer, and I'm like, yeah, good luck.
She's definitely got a sassiness to her that I can appreciate, a sarcasm that I can appreciate.
What is the most rewarding part of crafting an album?
I like driving around and listening to it. when Ray loves it, and we're like driving in the car together, like from appointment to appointment, and Ray's like, I'm like, work.
Ray, I'm assuming, is her boyfriend. She seems to really light up when she speaks about him. Like, this is the most out of the clips that I've seen that she's really like genuinely lit up and smiled and been happy. So that's really nice to see. It seems like he brings out a lot of genuine joy in her life.
That I know I've made something good. No, I think, and you look at it alone, that's nice. And then when you think about sharing it with other people, you start to spin. Well, I do anyway. I'm like, holy shit, it's real now.
That's cool hearing a little bit of realness from her at the end there, talking about how she feels when she has to share her music with other people for the first time. So it's nice when we hear people like Ariana talk about those real emotions of fear and judgment like we all feel. There's something relatable about that. So that was my first time really looking into Ariana Grande. Guys, if you like this video and you want to see more, you can see the uncut version on my Patreon. The link is in my description below. I've also got a ton of bonus content and uncut footage on my Patreon page as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Max. I will catch you soon. Peace.